Welcome to the People Chronicles. My name is Annarose, and today on Storied Women, my guest is Lisa Martello McGowan. Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you.
Before we start to talk, I just want to let everyone know, because we do belong to the gender of full disclosure. I'm like the card-carrying member of that we do know each other.
Yes.
And how do we know each other?
We know each other through your bock.
Yes. My book, Lunch with Lucille.
Yes.
The award-winning book.
The award-winning. I should
Yes,
use an adjective.
Yes. You should use an adjective. You'll know why she said that in a little while. However, we do know each other because Lisa was an editor, is the editor of Lunch with Lucille. So that's how I know Lisa. I have a very personal relationship with her and professional relationship as well. And that is why I wanted to introduce her to you. Okay, so here we go, Lisa. The question that we always start every People Chronicles Storied Women episode is, what is it that you want the viewers to take away to learn from your story?
Well, I wrote some notes. So succinctly, I want people to know that you can live with cancer. And this is just what I wrote down. Cancer, just the sound of the word, fills your heart with fear and dread. It's a terrifying diagnosis. For many of us, the disease threatens to rob us of our health, our energy, our vitality, and our sense of well-being. It endangers our ability to provide for ourselves and to take care of our families. It can ruin our best laid plans, destroy our hopes and dreams, and it has taken our friends and loved ones from us far too soon. Cancer is a powerful enemy. It's an opponent, but it can be beaten. During my fight, I remember what cancer cannot do. It cannot cripple love. It cannot shatter hope. It cannot corrode faith. It cannot destroy peace. It cannot kill friendship. It cannot silence courage. And it cannot conquer the spirits. So I think that's what I want people to know. Again, succinctly, that it is a disease that affects so many people, but I think we can live with it and hopefully beat it.
Okay, so when you say we, you're talking about Lisa.
Oh, right. Am I supposed to just talk about me?
Yeah. You are the storied woman.
I'm the storied woman. Okay, yes. I will beat this.
You will beat this. Right. So tell people a little bit about Lisa McGowan. Just a quick, maybe tell people about Lisa McGowan prior to 2014. 2012, I should
2012,
say.
well,
just the Cliff Notes version.
I was born and raised in Dansville, New York. I went to college to be an English teacher. I've been an English teacher my whole life. I'm married, have 2 children, and I have several hobbies. I'm a little competitive. I've played sports my whole life. I like to bike ride, horseback ride. I like to read. Well, that's about all, I guess. That's me.
Yeah, I know. And I know how highly competitive you are. And then something changed dramatically in 2012. So can you share that with what happened then?
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine who is a nurse, and I was telling her some symptoms that I had. And she said, those sound pretty serious. You should probably have that checked out.
What were those symptoms?
Well, I was losing weight. And I hadn't changed anything. I hadn't changed my diet, and I hadn't increased my exercise or anything. I just started dropping pounds. And I mean significant pounds, like 30 pounds just fell off. So
over a period of how long?
It was probably 3 months.
Okay. All right, so really quickly.
Very quickly.
Okay.
And I was starting to go to the bathroom more frequently. More than the average person. So, and I had some blood in my stools. So those 3 things made her say, you have to go have that checked out. So I went to digestive diseases.
Now, how old are you when this happens?
I was 42.
Okay, so you're
extremely young.
Yes, extremely young, and hurry up and get your colonoscopy 50 age.
Right, yeah. You're supposed to be 50. That's the recommended age. So I was
in your early 40s.
Early 40s.
And you're starting to have these symptoms and you don't realize what they are. And
right.
So you go to the digestive diseases and they say,
well, you wake up from the anesthesia and they say, you had 19 polyps and you have one significantly sized tumor that we think is cancerous. So you hear that, and
And what happens when you hear that?
Well, your heart skips a beat and your palms sweat, and you really you can't put your head around it, really, because it's such a massive diagnosis and because you're just coming out of anesthesia. Mm-hmm. So it's hard. Like, I didn't even know where I was or who my husband was at first, because it takes you a few minutes. So yeah, it's hard. Your heart and mind battle with each other to try and figure out what's going on. But then you walk through it and you meet with the right doctors and you establish a game plan and you just dive in and go from there.
So that's kind of where you become this warrior.
Yes. Really, yeah, seriously, you are. This is a battle. And they've said that people who treat it like that, like you can conquer it, or it's an enemy, but you can defeat it, and you keep a positive outlook, that those people usually are better at surviving it. So that's what I tried to do, was think of it as an opponent, and I'm going to beat this opponent.
So how do you do that? How do you beat such an opponent? So what have you been doing?
Well, I tried to maintain my life the way that it always was. I've continued to work. I continue to walk the dog or go bike riding with our children. I stay active, just like I always did. There were times during chemotherapy that the fatigue is so bad that you can't beat it. You have to stay down. But then the minute I could, I would get up and do what I could, just because.
So you've had chemo. Have you had other treatments besides the chemo?
I did the chemo and the surgeries so far.
Surgery.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you look good.
Oh, thanks.
And that's half the battle, right?
Well, you know what? It helps.
Yeah, sure.
Because when I look in the mirror, I don't see myself as sick, and other people don't see me as sick. So I think it helps.
Yeah. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back, and I want to talk to you a little bit more about how you keep this optimism and how you, as I say, how you are this warrior woman and how you're defeating this ugly thing we call cancer. We'll be right back.